Welcome all of you in our audience. My name is Tim Laspa, and as president of the Burlington Fine Arts Association, I am happy to be hosting this video of the Artist's Mark 2021 from the beautiful Lee Chin Gallery at the AGB, where we are amidst the How to Read a Vessel exhibit. This exhibit includes many pieces that the AGB has amassed over the years to create the largest comprehensive collection of contemporary Canadian ceramics in the world. The Artist's Mark is the BFAA's annual Juried art exhibit, celebrating the amazing talent of local artists. In this video, we will be seeing the highlights of this year's events. Refusing to be sidelined by the pandemic, the BFAA expanded the Artist's Mark to encompass several online segments. These highlights include the always popular Jurors' Decision and Commentary Night, the Art and the Mind Talk with art therapist Sarah Brody, words of welcome from prominent community representatives and supporters of the Artist's Mark, and of course, a chance to view the wonderful art itself. The Artist's Mark builds on the BFAA's long history of juried exhibits. Now in its fourth year under the banner name of Artist's Mark, this exhibit has a primary goal of showcasing top caliber local artists and bringing their art out to the community. Such is the case with the Artist's Mark 2021, which has been made possible through the collaboration and support of many of Burlington's art lovers. We thank the City of Burlington's Art and Culture Grant Program. Also partnering with us is Arts Burlington, the umbrella organization of all the guilds at the AGB. The Burlington Center has provided continued strong support by providing us with a beautiful community gallery space, The Hub, where we now regularly exhibit the work of BFAA artists. We also thank art therapist Sarah Brody of the Artery, who partnered with us to present her talk, Art and the Mind. As you can see on the screen, we have been very fortunate in the support within the community. We extend our heartfelt thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Our gold sponsors, the Clinton Howell team of RE/MAX Escarpment Realty, a trusted name in the Burlington area. Classic Jewelry, an award-winning full-service jewelry store located right in the heart of downtown Burlington at Elizabeth Street and Lakeshore Road. Noor Private Wealth Incorporated, providing safe and reliable advice for investment and retirement planning. And Martin & Hillier Associates, a law firm that offers a range of legal services focusing on personal injury. Our silver sponsors include Landscapes by DK Enterprises, Corby Custom Framing, Cave Art, the framing and laminating experts, and Burlington Realtor Jennifer Gula of eXp Realty. We sincerely thank our bronze sponsors as well. Burlington Artist Gallery, Lou and Sandy Cavallo, Barbara Linkhart, Dr. Gordon Davidson, Keith and Susan Edwards, Tim Laspa, Graham and Lydia Swanson, John and Nicole Dolson, Dr. Kim Townsend, and Play Therapy for Children. To all of our sponsors, we extend a heartfelt thank you. We would not be here without your help. A juried exhibit places an art association on the map and demonstrates commitment and tremendous capacity within the organization. We are all very pleased and grateful to the members of the Artist's Mark 2021 Organizing Committee. You can see their names on the screen. I know that you will all agree that this strong team of BFAA members have achieved tremendous success through their work on our behalf. By bringing art out to the community, we are raising awareness and interest in local artists and art establishments such as the Art Gallery of Burlington, our home away from home. Our art collective does this through a number of venues. The Artist's Mark in particular provides a celebration that showcases local artists and our association in a very special way. We should all be very proud of being part of such an undertaking through our membership in the BFAA and through our participation in the Artist's Mark. I now call on Nicole Dolson, Chair of the Artist's Mark 2021 Committee, to introduce this year's jurors.
Thank you, Tim. I am thrilled to introduce the jurors for the Artist's Mark 2021, Jennifer Heine and Clarence Porter. Both are gifted, award-winning artists in their own right. Through their work, they have proven their commitment to sharing their skills and love of art with others. As experienced jurors, they bring a very positive and constructive element to the role of juror. Jennifer Heine is a figurative artist in Richmond, BC. She is a signature status member with both the Society of Canadian Artists and the Federation of Canadian Artists, and is a senior member and vice president of the FCA. She is past chair of the Richmond Public Arts Advisory Committee, acting president for the Richmond Artists Guild, and an active advocate for arts in the community. Jennifer has studied art history and fine art and design at various institutions, including the University of Victoria, the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts, and the British Columbia Institute of Technology. The following is a commentary on an art show entitled Canadian Legacy Art Show, 150 Years of Art in One BC Family. You may not know the Heine name, but if you are Canadian, chances are you have seen their work on Canadian coins and stamps, or in galleries, newspapers, advertising, books, or magazines. Creating work that ranges from original watercolor and oil paintings that hang in collections around the world, to illustrations, murals, coin designs, and photography, the Heines have been part of the Canadian art scene for more than 60 years, starting with Harry Heine and followed by his daughters, Karen and Jennifer, son Mark, and now granddaughter Sarah. The Canadian Legacy was the family's first three-generation show, a singular event in Canadian art. Jennifer thrives on continual exploration of the physical and intellectual creative process, and the opportunity to share her experience through painting, photography, teaching, workshops, and active support of the arts in the community. She has been showing in professional galleries for 26 years, and her work is collected internationally. Clarence Porter worked in the Toronto advertising world as a graphic designer and art director until leaving to become a freelance commercial illustrator, a career move that spanned 40+ years of creating illustrations for everything from packaging and logo designs to children's books and magazine editorials, while working in a wide range of mediums. After relocating to Hamilton, he started working with pastels for his own pleasure. He calls his art playing, and his creations flow from his toy box full of pastel colors. Clarence has a Master Pastel Artist of Canada signature designation from Pastel Artists Canada. He has been elected a signature member of the Pastel Society of America, and he is also a member of the International Association of Pastel Societies. As a sought-after art instructor, Clarence himself finds inspiration through teaching. He offers classes and workshops at the Dundas Valley School of Art, the Art Gallery of Hamilton, and the Aurora Cultural Center, among others. He is also an instructor at Sheridan College in the Visual and Creative Arts Department. Very recently, Clarence was one of 5 artists invited to exhibit works during the Royal Botanical Gardens After Dark Seeing the Invisible event. The main event took place all through Hendry Park and was described as an ambitious and expansive exhibition of contemporary artworks created using augmented reality technology. Seeing the Invisible opened simultaneously across the globe in 12 gardens across 6 countries and features 13 works by more than a dozen international artists. Clarence is represented by Earls Court Gallery, and his work is in private collections both locally and internationally. On the evening of October 19th, we hosted the Jurors' Decision and Commentary Night. Always a very popular evening, this year we gathered together for an online Zoom meeting to hear the jurors' final decisions. Jennifer and Clarence, this wonderful event was so well received. Your comments and discussion helped all of us to see the works from a new perspective. We are so fortunate and grateful that you both agreed to join us as jurors. Thank you to you both for your part in the success of the Artist's Mark 2021.
Thank you, Nicole. It has been an honor to be one of the jurors for the Burlington Fine Arts Association's Artist's Mark exhibition. And it has been a particular honor to work with Jennifer in judging this event. Her deep roots in the arts, her knowledge, and her own abilities as an artist made this a wonderful working relationship. I also want to thank Nicole, Margaret, Tim, Ron, and Eric for all of the hard work they put into making this exhibition a success. They are to be congratulated. We often hear from jurors, it was very difficult to choose who was to be included. And this show was no exception. There was such a high caliber of work in multiple mediums and genres that made choosing pieces for this show a challenge. Whether the paintings were still life, abstracts, landscapes, or figurative, there was no shortage of technical skills exhibited in the submissions. Then there were the intangibles. What did I feel about the paintings? There's a quote by Ken Wilber that goes, "Great art is judged by the capacity to take your breath away, take yourself away, take time away all at once." There were so many paintings that stopped us and caused us to pause to look.
Thank you. We are so happy to be joining you this evening to celebrate the exceptional work done for this exhibition. Thank you to all the artists for your welcome and enthusiasm. We were delighted to see the great anticipation and attendance on the evening we revealed the jury results. The support for each other was evident, as was the wonder at the terrific assembly of work entered. I think everyone enjoyed a chance to study all the accepted paintings, and the feedback and the work and our notes was incredibly positive. There are established technical criteria which all artists use to evaluate work. And as jurors, part of our process is to examine the viewer's subconscious responses to those elements and give voice to the experience. While we think very deliberately about things like concept, design, values, harmony, and execution, there's also a more ineffable quality which distinguishes certain pieces. A visceral response or an evocation of emotion, interest, the presentation of an entirely new perspective that stops the viewer and invites deeper engagement.
This painting poses questions. It's thought-provoking, dimensional, magical. It's quite psychologically affecting, well-rendered, and the softness of the trees receding in the atmosphere is beautifully done.
Plein air inspiration at its best. The color palette and some of the style of Van Gogh's wheat field and cypresses came to mind when I first saw this painting. So, not content with the challenge of capturing all the great outdoors, the artist has chosen the only elements in the landscape likely to pick up and move. Very well accomplished. And captures the feeling of the day, the participants, and the light probably better than the landscape alone could have.
So there were a few prime candidates from the outset which we each identified, and took just a little deliberation to make our top choices. On that note, I'd like to add that it's been an absolute pleasure working with Clarence, whose expertise, charm, and professionalism made the entire process go smoothly.
We now begin the first segment of our art exhibit. Please sit back and enjoy.
We are very proud and grateful that the Burlington Fine Arts Association was awarded a grant by the City of Burlington Arts and Culture Fund. The funds provided have been fundamental to our success. It is my pleasure to now welcome Angela Paparizzo, Manager of Arts and Culture for the City of Burlington, and to invite her to say a few words.
Greetings. I'm Angela Paparizzo, Manager of Arts and Culture with the City of Burlington, and I'm excited to welcome you to the Artist Mark Annual Juried exhibition. This virtual exhibition brings art out of the gallery and into a more accessible space for everyone to enjoy. 2021 marks the third year of this annual Juried show, which has received funding through support through the Burlington Arts and Culture Fund grant program, a program that aims to foster creativity and enrich how Burlington residents experience and engage with arts and culture. I would like to thank the Burlington Fine Arts Association, a high-achieving artist collective and the largest of the 7 guilds under the umbrella of Arts Burlington, for organizing such a great event and being able to successfully implement it during these challenging times. Heartfelt congratulations to all the participants and organizers. Burlington is more colorful because of you. I'm looking forward to seeing the work of our very talented exhibiting artists.
I'm Lydia Swanson, Vice President of the Burlington Fine Arts Association. This year, we added a different segment to our annual Juried exhibit. Sarah Brody is an art therapist located at the Artery in Burlington. After all the submitted paintings were juried, she viewed the paintings of the finalists. Then, during a Zoom presentation, she made some interesting discoveries about what their paintings revealed. Here's a segment from that evening.
Hi, my name is Sarah Brody and I'm an art therapist. I co-founded the Artery right here in Burlington, where we serve children and adults and couples and families as creative psychotherapists. A while back, I sat down with Nicole Dolson and brainstormed about how I might bring the art therapist's perspective to the artist's mark. And so that's what you'll see excerpts of, is my presentation to the Burlington Fine Arts Association community. Art is a contemplation, the way of wondering, making meaning, pure creation, the weaving in of media and tradition and technique, practice, personal touch towards some leading edge, something we've never seen before. And I'd like to tell you right off the top that you struck me as very collectively sane. It's, to be able to master technique and style so coherently, you cannot be buffeted by distress. And if art is how you manage to pull off that fancy footwork in these trying times, bravo.
The scene that I painted is from an evening on a vacation in Hawaii, when it was a very, very special, important night for me, when my family was with us and we had just lost our father. Mm-hmm. And it was just a beautiful moment that kind of took me out of myself as I was painting it. And I remembered that, how I felt that evening when we were in that situation.
You might be the kind of person who's very strongly able to take the perspective of the other person. And I thank you for the kind of, the way that you talked about how this captured some moment that you actually wanted to stay in.
When I painted this piece, it was, of course, last winter. I was, we were all quarantining, but I was actually hiking a lot as well, personally, and falling back in love with winter. Mm-hmm. And with nature outside during winter, and just how much color and life there still is in winter.
The word that comes to my mind is threshold. That way that you're able to see the inside of the building or of this place that is welcoming and warm. And so that somehow makes the outdoors more like you can stay a while outside because it's within it's so close to the threshold of inside.
I don't really think about the process much. To me, it's more to convey what I see. This particular iris was growing at RBG, and I find that when I go out to gather those photos, it's almost like a meditation in itself for me, because I completely block out the regular life and I just focus on the plants, on the flowers, on nature. One of my mottos is in my art is that I want the viewer to stop and actually look at the detail and notice how much beauty there is in natural world that we don't normally notice because we just kind of rush through and we just glance quickly.
One of my favorite parts of humanity and this whole show is how like the devotion that each and every artist in this guild has towards stopping and beholding.
And now for the next segment of the exhibit. Enjoy. The Artist Mark is a product of the community as much as it's a product of the Burlington Fine Arts Association. Our members come from the community, and the BFAA shares a long history of association with the City of Burlington and surrounding area. Without the partnership we have forged with the city, the organizing of such a public event during a pandemic would have been an overwhelming task. I want to offer a heartfelt thank you to all those involved from the City of Burlington for being there with us. All of this, of course, requires strong leadership, and this has certainly been our experience in working with the city's mayor, Mary Ann Mead Ward, and her team to make this event a reality in a year of so many challenges. With this in mind, I am excited to now have the opportunity to introduce to our audience Mayor Mead Ward to provide some welcoming remarks for this year's event.
Hello, I'm Burlington Mayor Mary Ann Mead Ward, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to the Artist Mark, the Burlington Fine Arts Association's annual Juried art exhibit, celebrating Burlington's artists and connecting them and their art to the community at large. As one of the founding guilds here at the Art Gallery of Burlington, the Fine Arts Association is our largest visual arts collective with close to 200 members. They've demonstrated resiliency and tenacity through the pandemic, seamlessly switching to online displays and visual and virtual meetings. The Artist Mark is made possible through a grant from the city's Arts and Culture Fund and supported through the generous sponsorship of several Burlington community businesses and individuals. And I'm thrilled to see it expand this year with virtual events spanning from October through to December. I hope you all enjoy this year's events, and I want to extend my sincere gratitude to all of those who organized, contributed, and participating, and showed that even through these challenging times, we're able to turn to art that provides so many of the mental and physical benefits that we all enjoy.
I trust everyone is enjoying the presentation so far, and now we are back again with the third selection of pieces from the exhibit. As many in the audience will know, the Art Gallery of Burlington is a treasured asset within our city and one that our members affectionately call their second home. The BFAA relationship with the AGB is historic and continues to this day to be a strong bond that collectively links art and creativity to our community. The range of events and exhibits that the BFAA participates in at the gallery is extensive, and in turn, this enables our artists to grow their talents in a welcoming and inclusive atmosphere. From practicing to professional artists, the Art Gallery is a place for all to gain benefit and insights. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Suzanne Cart, Senior Curator at the Art Gallery of Burlington, to say a few words on behalf of the gallery.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Cart. I'm the Senior Curator at the Art Gallery of Burlington, and I'm honored to congratulate the Burlington Fine Arts Association on their opening celebration of their annual Juried art exhibition, The Artist's Mark. The gallery has always been a gathering place for experiences and ideas and conversations, and there's no denying that the guilds make the AGB hum. Even though it was a quiet start to the year on site, it was boisterous and vibrant online. In times of a crisis, art plays a vital role in providing inspiration and hope, maintaining community, fostering cross-cultural understandings, and offering new ways of making sense of an ever more complex world. The digital lectures, workshops, social gatherings, and exhibitions the BFAA transformed their programs and services to facilitate hybrid experiences that connected and united in-person activities with at-home participation for local artists. I offer my most sincere appreciation to the BFAA and commend them on how quickly they mobilized to bring art experiences to their membership and the larger art community.
We are delighted that 3 of our 4 gold sponsors are able to be with us today to congratulate the 3 award winners. I am also pleased to read some congratulatory words from gold sponsor Amr Mazawi of Classic Jewelry. While I cannot join your presentations today, I am nevertheless delighted to congratulate the Burlington Fine Arts Association for your success in bringing art to the Burlington community through the Artist's Mark 2021. Best wishes to all of you. Bravo to all the artists and the award winners. I look forward to seeing all of the works in the video and in the exhibit in January 2022. Thank you, Amber Mazawi of Classic Jewelry, for your kind words. I am now pleased to invite Clinton Howell of the Clinton Howell team of Remax Escarpment Realty, Ralph Noor of Noor Private Wealth Incorporated, and Emma O'Donnell of Martin & Hillier Associates to present tonight's awards.
Hi, I'm Emma O'Donnell, lawyer at Martin & Hillier Associates here in Burlington. We've been proudly serving the Burlington community for over 45 years. We offer a wide range of legal services with a strong focus on personal injury and wills and estates. Our lawyers are committed to providing personal and individualized service, and we've been so pleased to have the Burlington Fine Arts Association exhibiting their artwork in our office for the past several months. So we're so proud to support the Artist's Mark 2021 and to congratulate Preeti Girgla on her beautiful award-winning painting, Gone Fishing.
Thank you so much. Wow, this is an honor. I would like to thank the Burlington Fine Arts Association, our sponsors, and the Artist's Mark 2021, and the jurors who saw the playfulness in this piece, and I'm speechless to be chosen amongst so many wonderful artists. Thank you so much.
And now we'll hear from the judges.
So in third place, we have selected Gone Fishing by Preeti Girgla. We both appreciate how difficult it is to craft a really successful abstract, but this piece resonated with both of us. There's an elegant play and balance between contrasting elements throughout, with just enough tension to make sure there are surprises and more things to discover each time you study it. There are defined shapes which are essentially geometric, but organically modified, lots of warm, restful, creamy areas throwing dark, translucent, textured layers into contrast. Those contrasts are made a little more joyful and whimsical with some brighter jewel tones, which still relate to the overall palette. The lines add a lot of nuance, boldly stated in subtle tints or lightly scribed and evoking topography, to those echoed in collaged writing and map pieces. A nice balance of warm and cool, large and small shapes, organic and mechanical, with rhythm and a little asymmetry just to keep it dynamic. It's a journey open to different interpretations for each viewer and rewarding exploration.
I was immediately taken by the dimensionality of this painting. The well-placed shapes and values made me want to look behind, around, under the layers of muted earth tones, circles, metallic things, and tangled strings with those wonderful hits of blue. Well designed.
We now return to our sponsor to present the award for second place.
Hi, I'm Ralph Noor from Noor Private Wealth. I'm so happy to be here this evening. As a wealth advisor, I help my clients build and preserve their retirement savings. I always tell clients it's hard to make money and it's even harder to save it. I'm sure everyone can relate. My job is to make sure my clients retire comfortably, pay the least amount of taxes, and still leave something to their loved ones at their estate. I'm here today because one of my clients has been exhibiting her art for several years. I've always been her #1 supporter. Even though she wasn't able to participate this year, I still wanted to show my support for talented local artists like yourselves. Believe it or not, the first time I started painting was last year during quarantine. My friend recommended it to combat boredom and support my mental health. I found it very therapeutic, and though my art wasn't great, it was very rewarding. And who knows, maybe my artwork will be part of this showcase one day. Until then, I'm pleased to support the Artist's Mark 2021 and congratulate Ron Gregg on his beautiful award-winning painting, Grandpa's Helpers.
Thank you very much, Ralph, and thank you for being a supporter of the Artist's Mark. I'm very honored to be part of this show, and I'm grateful and thankful to the jurors for selecting my piece as an award winner, especially when there are so many pieces to pick from, the great artwork. I think they recognize that I put my heart and soul into this, and I dedicated it to my grandson during our COVID times. So thank you.
And now we'll hear from the judges.
In second place, Ronald Grigg's Grandpa's Helper. Such a clear and positive story of a grandfather-grandchild relationship. A sunny day with 2 pairs of shoes covered in work dust, sitting together on the floor with a tool that represents the day's activities. Wonderfully detailed, beautifully painted.
Ronald Gregg's painting is a heartwarming vignette, executed with tremendous skill. Unusually, we have 2 square compositions in a row for awards, but both exhibit enough balance to be comforting without feeling static, and some asymmetry and angularity to heighten the movement and drama. Each element contributes eloquently to the story here, from the wear and dirt on the shoes to the strong diagonal of the very Canadian Robertson screwdriver, pointing you back into the composition, which is presented in a soft complementary color scheme of woodsy orange hues against blue. The high horizon places the viewer close to the subject, within reach of the screwdriver and invited into this intimate genre painting. It's evocative of powerful emotion without being overtly sentimental, and subtle enough to surprise the casual viewer and make them stop and look deeper. And now our gold sponsor will present the award for first place.
Hello, my name is Clinton Howell, and I'm a realtor and broker with Remax Escarpment Realty. My business focuses on the Burlington, Hamilton, and Oakville areas. I'm a proud supporter of the arts, love the arts. Everything that I enjoy personally in my life, it has artists involved. I mean, whether it's sitting in front of my beautifully designed computer or looking around my house, paintings, sculptures, you name it. In recent years, I spent on a couple of years on the Art Gallery Burlington's foundation board. Really love to see artists being supported in our community. Contributes so much to the vibrancy of life in the area, and just so important. With that in mind, I would like to just mention I was a gold sponsor for the Artist Mark of 2021, and I'd like to congratulate Victoria Pierce on her absolutely beautiful painting, Walk with Lauren, Lake Hardy, and congratulations.
Thank you. Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be part of this show. It was incredibly well put together. Burlington Fine Arts Association is one of the biggest guilds in Canada. And here at AGB, it's their gallery itself is an absolute gem. So it's nice to be able to show some of my work that comes from my hiking throughout Ontario and the Bruce Trail. Thanks so much.
Well done, and congratulations again. Now we'll hear from the judges.
Walk with Lauren, Lake Hardy by Victoria Pierce is our choice for first place. The North Country is no stranger to geometric abstraction, so it's that much more compelling to find an effective and beautiful representation that feels exciting and entirely fresh. The planning and execution are precise, with close values and an appealing palette that puts up some surprisingly lovely pairings. The animation of the shapes, the pieces chosen to stand out, and those that are played down with softer contrast move your eye continually around the image, finding echoed forms and colors, engrossing Zen-tangly shapes, and cheeky Keith Haring-like appendages. The depth of the receding shore in subtly varied purples and the extended family of elegant gray violets in the clouds create a foil for the turquoises of the low light and the fleeting warmth in the sky. It has much of the charm and wonder of a mosaic and a very distinctive signature style in an appealing scene, full of movement and the marvel of nature putting on a show.
The linear layers of color were brilliantly executed. Even with such a unique style, the subject matter was never lost in this painting. I'm sure the group of 7 would have approved. On the strength of the work in the show, we elected to call out 3 more pieces which we felt were worthy of special recognition for honorable mentions. Riding to School by Tricia Rollins, Heart of Gold by Shelley Pryor, and Iris Glow by Margaret Dent. The artist provided us with a great collection of work. There were a good number of contenders for every place in this exhibition, and several that spoke to both of us right at the outset. We were delighted to be able to surprise a few more of you and offer our congratulations to both the winners and all the artists accepted.
Clarence and I have enjoyed the opportunity of working with you for this event, from all the hard work of your Artist Mark committee members to the tremendous response to the call. The creative energy and skill of this group have shown up in the quality of the work, the engagement of so many members in responding to the jurying results, and our feedback on the works. Every juried exhibition provides an opportunity for new expressions, experiments, and an entirely new environment for showcasing your own talents. whether or not your work is part of this exhibition. We hope you'll take all the energy, support, and enthusiasm we've seen evident and invest it in producing your next work, perhaps your best work yet.
As artists, we are storytellers, and you've told your stories very well. We saw so many of these paintings showed that you were fully engaged in your paintings, loved the subject matter, and understood and executed well the mediums you worked in. And for Jennifer and me, it was an absolute pleasure being jurors for this exhibition. Thank you. Now some words from our colleague, Sarah Brody.
Thank you so much to the Burlington Fine Arts Guild, to the jurors, especially to all the artists who submitted and those who were selected, and among those, you who allowed me to peer into your artwork, to your creative process. I think we all discovered how the Burlington creative community used art to still their mind during a turbulent time. And may it be that you who see this documentary also find that stillness amidst the beauty of the paintings, the artworks that you've seen. Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be meeting the artists, my neighbors who I work alongside.
And so that brings our Artist Mark documentary to a close. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you all for taking the time to see the incredible selection of works by our talented local artists, hear our jurors and invited guests, and share in making our event a success. I'm sure you'll agree that events like this don't just happen. They require hard work. And in the case of the BFAA members involved, this is one big volunteer effort. I want to personally offer a big thank you to Nicole Dolson, chair of this year's Artist Mark Committee, and her dedicated team. Hard work, yes, but so much easier when mixed with laughter and a can-do spirit that has all been part of this year's organization. Well done. Others have also committed their time and expertise beyond expectation to deliver tonight's event. And a big thank you to Jennifer Heine and Clarence Porter, our jurors, and Sarah Brody, art therapist and guest speaker, and of course, Eric Natel of Natel Media and his team for their hard work, patience, and wonderful perspectives applied in creating the Artist Mark documentary. But perhaps most gratifying is to see how our sponsors, event partners, and others have also rallied to the occasion on the realization that art is important to our community. And despite the health challenges faced by all of us this year, we never forgot just how important it is. Special thanks once again to all of our gold, silver, and bronze sponsors for helping us make this exciting event happen. And special thanks to our community partners and supporters who have worked with us and have participated to deliver this year's event. Do you like this year's event? Has it piqued your interest in visual art? If so, why not consider becoming a member of the BFAA? With close to 200 members, there's always something for everyone, including learning and exhibiting opportunities and a great social atmosphere in which to learn and have dialogue with some very interesting people. It's important to create art, and it's important to enjoy art, perhaps now more than ever. Thank you for your support.